This is a Fox News alert. The FBI has joined the investigation into the deadly shooting in New York City that killed 4 people, including an off-duty NYPD officer. The gunman was identified as 27-year-old Shane Tamura from Las Vegas, who has a history of mental illness.
Retired FBI agent Jason Pack joins us now. Jason, the Post is reporting that the gunman was carrying a note that cites the NFL and blamed football for his apparent struggle with CTE. He also asked that his brain be studied. Now, the NFL has offices here on floors 5 through 8. Are you hearing anything from your sources in the FBI throughout law enforcement as to why this guy ended up going to the 33rd floor?
Not yet. That's one of the major questions investigators have this morning as they work overnight to piece together this senseless murder that happened out there. And we've heard of CTE, Todd, with the NFL players and the concussions. And so for some reason, there's something triggered him. There's some kind of grievance that triggered him, or perceived grievance, whether that was against a particular person or the NFL. That's still what investigators are trying to learn this morning. And the reason we just don't know why the elevator got off on that particular floor. A lot of times in most of the buildings in New York, you can see, you get on an elevator and it's only one floor, and somebody else determines where the elevator goes. It's not like in the movies where you push all the buttons, where the kids are pushing all the buttons there. So that's another question investigators need to answer, is what particularly was he looking for? There was that management firm on that floor. So is that relevant? Is that not? That's what they're looking for answers for today.
Yeah, so he killed several people, unfortunately, when he entered the building. But then when it comes to the elevator, the gunman let a woman walk off the elevator that he entered, just let her walk right past him. Why do you think that is? Do you think that she just got lucky, or was there a calculated decision there on his part?
Well, as a lot of the guests have commented over the past several hours looking at this, he had he was on some kind of mission and was determined to go in somewhere and do something. And so this lady wasn't her time and it wasn't her day. He was focused on some other mission and trying to get to a particular location, it seems, based on the things we know publicly.
Jason, describe the coordination that's happening right now between local authorities in New York City, state authorities, as well as the feds.
That's a good question, Todd. So in New York, the FBI has a squad called CT-26. That's the counterterrorism squad. That's the squad that goes out to the New Year's Eve things, and they investigate all the threats in New York City. The most interesting thing about that squad is that they have a member of every department and every agency in New York, from the federal side to the local and state side. So they have members of every department. So even FDNY has somebody represented on that squad. So they're no strangers to each other. And let's face it, the NYPD is the most capable police department in the world, something like 35,000 sworn NYPD officers. There's only 13,000 or so FBI agents in the whole world. So they can provide some kind of resources sometimes that the NYPD may not have, but NYPD is really well-sourced and has a lot of resources. You heard the assistant director, Chris Rea, at the press conference last night, noted that the person was not in any FBI holding, so that's important to know that at least he didn't pop up on their radar anywhere.
I have a friend who works in this building, and she says it's like many others out there where you enter the lobby, you need a key to go through the turnstile, and then need a key to get to the floors, the separate floors when you enter them after you exit the elevator. I'm sure that many people can relate to that very scenario, not just in New York City, but across the country. Do you think that as a result of this shooting, that office buildings will change their basic security because of this?
Well, we saw in some of the pictures on social media the barricading that office members did in some of those offices there. They put couches, everything they could find. You see the photo right there on your screen. They barricaded themselves into the door and make themselves a harder target. That's super important in any type of situation. They apparently that could be evident of some training that some of the companies do now. It's important to be aware of your surroundings and don't hesitate to take action. Even if this would have been something that wasn't, at least you would have been safe. In this case, it turned out they needed to do that.
It looks like the message is getting through. At least there is some tiny silver lining out of all this, but we need to remember there are 4 people who've lost their lives this morning, murdered senselessly, and it's unfair. Jason Pack, thank you for your time. Appreciate your insight.